Jake Weddle is a manipulative, unhinged crybaby and shouldn't be taken seriously. Now, before you grab your pitchforks and get all angry at me, let me explain. Dude clickbaits MrBeast, talking about him having secret recordings with the whole video's AI. This is just, like, deceptive.
That's right. I got that sent to me, and you know what? That was AI.
Oh, silly me, I got fooled. How funny that was. Dude's also incredibly unhinged that had a white girl Snapchat moment where he's like going dark off the internet for mental health, and I shit you not, he compared his story to rape victims. Go fuck yourself, go fuck yourself, go fuck yourself. Go up to a rape victim and tell them it's their fault next. Oh wait, that's exactly what Jimmy's fans do to the numerous allegations coming out for employees. Ah yes, you know those victims that sign a consensual contract up to 300,000 American dollars? Yeah, those guys.
Fuck. No, but did it feel good though?
This dude's literally a disgruntled employee at best. He's not emotionally stable and even tried to manipulate the audience by using his tears as some sort of gotcha moment.
I didn't have to pretend to do that shit.
This guy's whole personality is that of being a victim. You're making 10K a day in a challenge. Millions of people would kill to be in your shoes, and you don't seem to recognize that. But the worst thing of all, he's taking money from MrBeast and using outright mental gymnastics delusion to justify why he did it.
Counter offer. 50. You save $140,000. You just give me 50.
It's not the amount of money that matters, dog, whether it be 50K, whether it be 190K. And you're also a moron for not taking the 190K. You lost your credibility for a fraction of the price.
That's going to cover all my debts, some medical bills that I have. I have taxes on the back burner from last year because I'm freelance. Riddle
me this, Jake. Why is MrBeast the person responsible for getting you to zero? You took 50K off of him to get to zero, but why should you be entitled to getting to zero? Not only does this make you a sellout in my eyes, it makes you a sellout because you didn't even exploit the maximum potential you could have. Before you call me a MrBeast dick rider, I ain't the one who took 50K.
Oh, wow. You took money from MrBeast after all that stuff you said? Yeah, I'm a socialist with a smartphone.
How does this relate to socialism? Does taking money from a rich white capitalist MrBeast justify it for some reason?
Is this $50,000? Well, first of all, you're going to tax it. So let's say it's more like $30,000. I still have, student loans. And that's because I was going to wait to see if Joe Biden was going to get rid of those guys.
So let me get this straight. You took money from MrBeast because you had student loans and somehow you got Joe Biden involved. Listen, buddy, I had student loans too. And instead of shit about it or waiting for some white savior to help me, I did pay them off myself. You're not the only person here dealing with student loans. All of us are dealing with that stuff, except not all of us are awarded the opportunity to be making 10K a day in a challenge. One thing abundantly clear to everybody listening, I'm not trying to discredit the guy's trauma. I'm not trying to go after his solitary confinement situation because honestly, that's a personal story. How he reacted to it might be different than how we react to it. Put me into solitary confinement, 10K a day. All I need is a poster of David Goggins on my wall, a pull-up bar, and 200 grams of protein a day.
Is this $50,000? Well, first of all, you're going to tax it. So let's say it's more like $30,000.
Well, then you should have taken 50K after tax.
I'm a socialist with a smartphone.
Oh, yeah, all that money is going to go to, stuff I have to pay to live because I live in the best country in the world, So I'm not loaded still. I still have a day job. I still, am barely getting by.
Oh my god, a round of applause, moment of silence, standing ovation. He's got a day job? He's working a cringe 9 to 5 while we're gaming? Loser. What does this even mean? Everybody has a job. Even my dad has a job.
Working with my dad. He got me into recycling.
You live in the United States, you worked for MrBeast, Kaizenat, and I don't know how many other famous creators. You got paid $100,000 plus another $50,000 now, so that makes a total of $150,000. I mean, $150,000 is more money than I will ever see in my life. And you're complaining about having money problems? Dude, why don't you try living in a third world country like I did for most of my life?
God damn, Dollar Tree Moist Critical smoked this fool, and he's not wrong. You're not entitled to anything, Jake Weddle. That's just the way of the road. That's the way she goes. And for Jake Weddle, she didn't go because, by golly, the way he handled himself in interviews is...
So,
there's that anxiety that comes from letting down the guy who has all of the money. Me, somebody who has, grew up on food stamps. You know what I mean? Here's the guy who I have to make happy in order to, get the things I want.
MrBeast is not responsible for your anxiety. MrBeast having a lot of money so you feel like fearful to try to speak up against him, he is not responsible for that.
This guy cooked. You're a crybaby because MrBeast isn't responsible for your financial situation. He's not responsible for your tax backlog. He's not responsible for your anxiety.
Is that you said that the way you're going to win this game is with honesty and not taking money. I don't want your money, MrBeast. And do you see like how taking 50K from MrBeast is
I
very
don't
much
want
hurt and
his
take
money.
away your credibility?
You gotta get things straight. He doesn't want his money. He needs his money. I am hungry, so I needed to steal that rotisserie chicken from Costco. Do you see how this is a slippery slope and could literally justify anything?
Because you don't want to be bought out, because you don't want to be XYZ. But you still need 50. I don't want Jimmy's money, but I need to eat food.
I don't think MrBeast is responsible for your poor financial status.
Like, if you're a broke boy, just say so.
I bet that scared you, Jake Weddle.
I can't do it. I can't do it. There's no amount of money you can pay me to come back. I can't.
The irony is, he's making a skit trying to troll MrBeast, but in reality, he's just kind of shooting himself in the foot here because he's the dude who took the money. He just comes off as an entitled clown because he got paid for his challenge. He failed the challenge, and he still got paid. Riddle me that.
Oh, allegations too?
Yes, buddy. Allegations too.
I had to say some stuff.
This guy's cooked in the head.
For example, let's take into account that he admitted knowing that his audience consisted mostly of little kids, but then he was tweeting shit like this.
To some, this is weird. Some might find it subjective, but I don't want to focus on the tweets and the old stuff. I want to focus on the fact that he's hypocritical. He came out because Chris Tyson was saying weird stuff, and he's doing exactly the same. But WestJett, he was just doing stand-up. He's a stand-up comedian. Well, that was exactly Chris Tyson's excuse.
I don't want your money, MrBeast.
And
you came across. And you came across.
If you don't think I earned that 190, if you don't think I earned that 300, then you can suck a dick, brother.
Okay.
You really owned that guy, Jake Weddle. You hear that? What's up, brother? Suck a dick, brother. In all definitions of the word crybaby, that is entirely what Jake Weddle is. He'll get 50K and he'll still find a way to complain because somehow it gets taxed and he only ended up getting 30K. You've made well over $150,000 working for MrBeast. This type of money some people might not ever even see. So is it MrBeast's fault that you're irresponsible with your finances because you're trying to pursue a gig as a stand-up comedian?
I look like I set up the Wi-Fi on Epstein's island.
And I'm not gonna sit here and hate on his stand-up because I couldn't do that in front of a crowd. I'll just stutter and say the N-word.
Because I have a lot of emotional baggage, you know?
I didn't have to pretend to do that shit.
You betcha he's good at pretending because he pretended that whole-ass leaked secret recording was real.
Was when you have no money. It's not a choice, is it? So I need that money. I don't want you guys to think that that's going to change how I feel. I don't want you guys to think I'm going to go back on anything I said.
Brother, you can't have the pie and eat it too. You're gonna lose credibility in people's eyes if you take the money, no matter what amount you take. And the thing is, I was in the exact same position as he was. Except instead of blaming Joe Biden, the boogeyman, and MrBeast, I grinded my ass off. 6 months on YouTube, didn't make a penny, and for crying out loud, I still can't pay my rent. So Jake Weddle, you're not entitled to any money. Your parents had sex 25 years ago behind an Arby's and conceived you. YouTube's biggest crybaby. But you can still save yourself by subscribing to WestJett's channel.